Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the last part of the main playthrough for Mega Man X3. We just got done defeating a boss in Doppler 2. We had Doppler 3, and this is your typical boss rush stuff. You have a slight platforming in the beginning here. I'm going to leave a little bit in. I'm just going to show this thing here. You shoot this thing, and you can get weapon energy or health. If you hit with the beam saber, you get extra life, but it automatically destroys it, so keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm not going to show you the reap fights. There's nothing really special. I did take down Blizzard Buffalo with the Parasitic Bomb, which I didn't do in the regular game. It doesn't really change it much. Actually makes him maybe slightly more unpredictable. Very, very slight, but he's still pretty damn easy. But now we have another one of these sections. Those things are always annoying. This music, I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it really does work for forebodingness. Like, you're getting to the end of the game. It's coming. And now we face the Mad Doctor himself, Dr. Doppler. And of course, as per usual, we have a long text scene here where he explains what he's trying. He's like, I was trying to convince X to join him. Doesn't really try overly hard. He says, I've been watching you, blah, 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 and you're awesome, and how about you join me in Sigma? It's like, dude, I'm not going to join Sigma. Well, I thought you were smarter than that. No, you're just an idiot, because you thought I would join. This is such unnecessary tech. Like, I don't know what was the plan, honestly, but it is what it is. But nonetheless, you will fight Doppler after this is completely over. And honestly, he's not that hard. He really isn't. He throws these things at you, which will shoot towards where you are. That green force field there, if you attack him when he has that on, he will heal, which is never fun. So don't attack him when he has that on. And if you see him just stopped in the corner, that means he's waiting for you to attack so he can get free health. Just leave him be. Don't touch him. But honestly, this is all he does. And it's real easy. If you have the beam saber, it makes it even quicker. But even without the beam saber, this fight is a joke. It ain't hard. I don't even know his weakness. I don't think it's anything. I think maybe it's. Maybe it's Neon Tiger, but that doesn't sound right. I could be wrong. I don't know. It's not really relevant. You don't really need it, honestly. But to be a good Let's Player, I probably should tell you what it is. Acid Burst, not... Yeah, that's right. Acid Burst. I knew that. Duh. Yes, I looked it up as I'm speaking. But once you defeat him, he kind of regains his conscious. And he kind of reverts back to normal. He's like, oh, man, I'm sorry for what I did. Sigma's down here. He has a new horrific body. Blah, 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 blah. So he kind of tries to reform a bit, even if he's hurting and you destroy his massive, massive shoulders. But yeah, now we're gonna take the fight to Sigma. But as is usual, you have a little bit of a section beforehand. Nothing too major here. If you need some health or you need maybe weapon energy, although they never drop weapon energy for me, and I grind it for a while in my test playthrough just to see. Here, a little bit of a skip there because I stopped to recharge all sub-tanks and stuff. Remember, you can stand still if you have gold armor and refill your sub-tanks and your health. That's always nice. This reminds me of X1, and here we are, Sigma. And be ready is all I will say. This first form is Captain America Sigma, I call him. Nah, I know original, right? But he is fast. His fireballs are fast. But if you know the trick, you can defeat him pretty easily. Have spinning blade, his weakness, ready, and just stay to the wall that he's on and allow the spinning blade to use its comeback abilities. And honestly, this is the entire fight. He has other moves he can do, and if you're in front of him, he will actually stay in the middle of the room when he jumps and shoot more fireballs at you, and those are kind of hard to dodge, and they go up the walls. It's kind of annoying, but you just keep doing this, and honestly, it's pretty easy. He has that shield throw, which he'll start doing at about half health, and when you get down to quarter health, that shield will do two laps. You notice there, it just goes into a circle here in a little bit, you're going to see what it does. It goes in that circle, but it actually comes up and goes up the wall a bit. And does a little, like, backwards S, maybe. And it's kind of hard to dodge, honestly. That's where I take the most damage, but again, use spinning blade like that, and this first form goes down pretty easily. It's not overly hard. If you try Buster only, this battle is hard. But we're not done yet. Of course, we're not done yet, and this thing is a pain in the ass. Behold the ultimate battle body, and its design is insane. It's like, when they designed this, holy shit. His ultimate battle body, and his only weak point is his small little head, and no weaknesses hurt him, and he shoots out that circle thing that homes at you. He shoots those missiles out, which hurt like hell, and then he has this move that from his shoulder guns that, if you're in that, and you're gonna see in a little bit, it slowly drains your health, or maybe not so slowly in my case. I should have used a health tank here. Or a sub-tank. I didn't. Nah, smart move. But yeah, you just hit the head. I don't recommend... here I screwed up because I grabbed the... if you're on the wall and you do the beam saber, you fall. It's a stupid move. Don't use beam saber on the wall. And I just went right into the purple, and I got hit, and yeah, I died. I would almost recommend using your green shot or your yellow shot. Don't fully charge because... it just doesn't seem like it hits that well, especially with that small hitbox that you only have. But this is the fight. This is probably the hardest Sigma battle, maybe in the entire X series. It is, especially Buster only, or if you decide not to grab the Beam Saber or grab the Gold Armor, this is tough. But I end them with a Beam Saber right to the head. Always nice having the Beam Saber for this battle. But we're not done yet. Nope. Nope, we are not done yet. As a matter of fact, he gets the bright idea to try to possess X. Remember, he is a virus after all. We fought Virus Sigma in X2, and we'll see that form again. Right here. Hey, yo. X, I'm gonna possess you. If you have sub-tanks remaining, this ain't so bad. That lava right there is not insta-kill. So take advantage of that. But this is what it wants you to do. I struggled with this in my test playthrough, and got crushed many times. If you're still on the right or left side, if you don't go over enough, you can get crushed and die. And you have to refight the entire thing all over again, and it's annoying. But in my regular playthrough, I did not die one time to that. I did die to Kaiser Sigma, which I actually didn't in my test playthrough, but now you are a dead end, and this Sigma's gonna possess you. Oh, lordy. He's gonna possess you and rule the world. You know, typical villain stuff. What's that? Dr. Doppler's music. Ah, yeah. This changes if you keep zero alive, by the way. We'll show that in the bonus video. You're Doppler. No shit. How did you obtain this? So Dr. Doppler basically saying he created a antivirus to destroy Sigma, which doesn't really work because Sigma comes back in the very next game, Mega Man X4. But here he repents, he's sorry, he knows he really can never atone for what he's done, but he is going to take Sigma with him as he dies. And you know what? I appreciate that noble comeback story. You don't see that a lot in the Mega Man X series. You might see Dr. Wily go, please forgive me, and oh my god, I'm so sorry, and then never actually be sorry, but Dr. Doppler, he says his goodbye, as he and Sigma are destroyed. For good? Of course not. Well, Dr. Doppler, we don't see him again, but Sigma's not. He comes back again, and again, and again, and again, and again. But that's it, though, because that was only 8 games. But that is been Mega Man X3. Now we're just in credit territory with a somber song. But also, once again, X looking out in the distance. This seems familiar, deja vu to you. That's because we've seen this twice already, basically. And, yeah, this is the end. You have some more exposition here at the end. You know, he's talking about, oh, but do I really want to fight? Why do Reploids fight? This and that and that and this. And why must humans fight against Reploids? What, Doppler? Oh, human? They look like a human. And why must Reploids fight each other? Now that's the million-dollar question, and we're going to see more of that as we go through the X series. But he feels some sorrow for some reason, and then they give away something here at the end. We'll talk about that in a minute. As far as Mega Man X3 goes, it's definitely the weakest entry so far. I understand why this game gets some hate. I think it's better than what people think, and I've complimented it many times in this playthrough. But if the idea was to show X at his peak versus when he starts, then I think this game actually does it the best. You know what I mean? It's, you know, like in the beginning you're struggling. Right here, actually, let's talk about this. To save mankind, he must destroy Zero. The fuck? What? Okay. Thanks for spoiling that one, sort of. Kind of, later on, but not really. But yeah. This game... But in terms of, you know, making X feel like as you get the upgrades, he becomes a bigger and bigger badass, and, you know, he actually reaches full potential, which I would say that they did better than X and X2, although they made him stronger, but it didn't feel like substantially stronger. It felt like maybe more just slight upgrades over, except the dash, obviously, over what he could do initially. This game, you genuinely feel like substantially stronger than in the beginning of the game. Is that the best thing? I don't know, because this game is stupidly hard at the beginning. The enemies hit extremely hard, and if you don't have, you have a couple of Mavericks that are easy to go after right away, which is good, but man, some of these Mavericks are super hard buster only. Other than that, though, this game gets a lot of flack because of the difficulty spike. I know this game was outsourced a bit, I believe, so it wasn't made necessarily by the same people that made X and X2. You can feel that as you play the game to some extent. It plays like an X game, but I think it gets a lot of hate. I don't think it's all deserved. I think there's fine parts in it, and if you get the upgrades and stuff, then this game becomes honestly pretty easy. I mean, I didn't really struggle with the Sigma battle at all, and everyone talks about how difficult that is, and it is if you don't have all the upgrades. It's extraordinarily hard, but you manage to get all the upgrades. It's not so bad. Especially with the Z-Beamer. The Z-Saber. Beam Saber. I combined those two. This end sequence just showed you all the Mavericks and stuff, how strong they are, which I don't really know what RP means, but you know, obviously someone like Blizzard Buffalo has more power than speed. It's a cool little tidbit here at the end. But that has been Mega Man X3. Next up, in the Mega Man X series will be X4, which is I go back and forth on between my favorite X game, this and X1. But we're gonna be a bit for that one because we're gonna take a bit of a break from the X series and go back to the Mario series with Mario Sunshine, which I'm currently still playing on Twitch. So I'm not even done with that playthrough. But we will start uploading next week. This is a Monday video, so on Wednesday will be the first part of Sunshine. Oy, oy vey. I'm not looking. That game, man. I don't know about that one. I'm getting more used to it, so I'm liking it a little bit more. But yeah, no. It is what it is. But after Sunshine, we'll be. I don't know if I'll come back to X4 or start or go right into Galaxy or maybe another game. I have a couple other games that I want to do potentially as well. But that is for the future me to decide. Make sure you check out Lunchroom Syndicate on YouTube as well. That's more of a sports and world type of YouTube channel that Light and I do. A lot of sports on it, is why I mentioned that. But we're not entirely done, though, with Mega Man X3 because we have a bit of a bonus video. We have some bosses I didn't show off here. We have a couple cutscenes that are unique. if you don't do what I did with 0. So we want to show them off to be sure. And I will do that. Probably be a fairly short video. So Sunshine won't be a Wednesday video, it'll be a Friday video because we have a bonus video. I forgot. Right there, the Switch went to a darkened screen because I hadn't hit the controller in a while. These credits are long, man. They're super long. And, but yeah, that has been Mega Man X3. We are through the Super Nintendo trilogy as we make our way to the PlayStation trilogy, starting with X4 next. But before we get to that, we do have the bonus video, which we will do first, of course. And then we will head, like as I said, we'll head off into Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. Start continuing the Mega Man, or the Mario series after that. But that has been it. Hope to see you in the bonus video and afterward. Until next time, I have been Zunker. Deuces.